Say Marker, Avatar, Fire and Ash, guys. Let's get right to it. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
Angela, that Kelly.
This is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. You know what to do, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and let's get right to it. Angela, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about one of our anticipated films of the year. It is December already.
Yeah.
Mid-December. And you know what that means? Avatar. So we are reviewing the newest film, the Avatar franchise, Avatar, Fire and Ash. So Jake and Neytiri's family grapples with grief after Neteyam's death, encountering a new aggressive Na'vi tribe, the Ash people, who are led by the fiery Varang, as the conflict on Pandora escalates and new moral focus emerges.
Yeah.
So, kick us off. I know the first two movies, we really love the worlds that they've been created.
Really good, yeah.
I know they're longer movies, but bear in mind they are absolutely filmed stunningly. We love the first two. What were your thoughts coming into this? Did this
is definitely
live up to the expectations?
This is definitely a worthy continuation of the franchise. I'll say that of the saga. This is definitely of this trilogy and everything. This is the third one. Granted, I think we saw Avatar 5 is up to 20.
That's
20, 35,
something like
39,
that. Yeah.
39,
39,
something around there. In the mid to high 30s.
Dang.
Anyways, so keep that in mind, right? Keep the back of your mind. One of the continuations of this story, though, it's really good. It's a solid movie. The runtime, I know people are going to question the runtime. But here's the thing. Everyone has always questioned the runtime for movies. When it comes down to like Avatar films, they always question. It's not an unknown subject that's never been brought up. So yeah, take that whatever with a grain of salt. Now, you got to remember, though, the first Avatar came out the very first time. What was it? Very first movie. No, for not only that, but very first movie that was made on 3D. The very first movie.
I don't remember it being on 3D. Wow.
It was the very first movie to ever release 3D. Very first movie to do full on CGI. It was a break of technology. CGI was still not as known as it was today, and it really tipped the scales for filmmaking. It tipped the scales, and it really showed us that you could actually make a movie and have facial expressions with CGI. Because that was the major problem, was that a lot of CGI, it was so hard to make those creatures, and you had to make the facial expressions. But the technology was always there, and James Cameron fucking knocked it out of the park with that one. And still even more so knocked it out with these movies. First and foremost, of course, not only does it take stellar technology, it takes a stellar actor to really captivate us.
Yes,
Zoe Saldana fucking killed it in this one. Yeah. As usual, she kills it in all her movies, and she has this just distinguished face on the CGI character as the Avatar that just it's so reminiscent. You see the vulnerability there. You see the struggles she goes through.
The hate.
Yeah, you see the hate in her too. The ancestors. You get to see all that. It's so genuine. It's weird to say, but it's weird because we would say it's relatable, but at the same time, it's pretty much like a futuristic Pocahontas movie when you think about it.
Oh yeah,
in
it's
a
conquering,
way, yeah, conquering. But anyways, Angela, what did you think of Avatar: Fire and Ash?
So I agree that this is definitely a worthy third installment of this franchise, right? Like I was super excited to see this. I was a little bit hesitant about the second movie when the Way of the Water came out, because I was like, how is this going to continue? Is it going to live up? And when that blew me away, because that was a beautifully filmed. Yeah. I had no hesitations with this, right? I was just more and so of how are they going to continue this story? Yeah. Where is this war going to emerge in Pandora, right? What other clans are we going to see? Because we saw the new clan in the last one. Now this one we see, obviously from the trailers, it's the Fire Clan now, Fire and Ash. That's crazy how they can continue with such a good story. Like there's so much packed in like the 3 hours of the first two movies, and even in this one, it's still such a really interesting story about, coming together and, basically the world being conquered by humans and what the damage humans do to the creatures and the environment. Corporate greed, it's really, really interesting and compelling. Family, like it's a really good story. I liked that on this one we got more development from Spider, the character Spider, because I know a lot of people liked him last movie, and we got more development on him. We got more development on Kiri, and what her backstory is like. kind of explain the kind of small nuances that we saw the last one. Yeah. I love that we're continuing these characters, and there's 2 more movies still left that are going to explore this even more.
Yeah.
Because even then, this full war that is coming and been hinted at, it hasn't even come fully. Like, there's been the battle of the last one.
Just a little bit battle.
The first one, the battle of the last one. I mean, there is a battle in this one that a lot of people are.
Yeah.
But it's still like, I think the major conflict, I still don't feel like that's happened, and I can't wait to see that happen on the screen.
Okay.
And whenever movies is coming, you know, the final battle conflict where everything is fine or everything resolves itself. I want to see that, and this just is a great continuation chapter into that. I think so.
Yeah, no, yeah, I completely agree. And to prove your point, yeah, there's been, you know, I feel like for me, I feel like it's been like every like medium sized battles, every movie, right? There's always been this scale, and there's always been this risk, and even more so, you get to see what do you call it, the stakes that are high in every movie. For me, it just feels like every movie's like, oh man, who's gonna die next?
And
it's
like,
and it feels like that.
It does. You know, you see like major characters die in the last one and this one too.
Yeah,
and that's really sad.
Yeah, and another thing I wanted to give praise to is, of course, the cinematography here is, excuse me, is so really good. Cinematography here is shot beautifully, high frame rate. The character dynamics, of course, is so beautifully done, very, very well. So I really enjoyed to see every single one of these characters really kind of just correspond with each other, and you get to see how they interact and just see how much development they have started from started even the last one, because it feels like it could. I mean, to me, honestly, this is a worthy sequel of Avatar: Wave of Water, because it feels like it. It feels like it's like a sequel. To that movie versus the Avatar movie, if that makes the first one.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I mean, where Way of Water left off is completely different than where the first one left off.
Yeah, and then also you get to see like where they're at. You get to honestly, it doesn't feel like I know it feels. I can't believe it's been 2 years right since the last one, but it did not feel like that we waited 2 years. It felt like it just started. It felt like it was just like 6 months or something.
And even then, the movie itself, I know we mentioned the super long runtime, but it doesn't feel like that when you're watching it, because you're kind of sucked into that story. You want to know what happens. You want to see this come on the screen, like, oh my gosh, like this battle is coming, this tension is coming, it's coming to a head, and then you see it and you're just like in awe.
Yeah.
And I will say, I do like that we saw the return of the quote unquote villain, Quaritch, played by Stephen Lang. But I will say, I really, really didn't expect to like the female new villain, the Varang, played by Una Chaplin.
She was really good.
She was psychotic, and it was amazing. And so I liked seeing her and their clan, the Fire and Ash people.
Honestly,
that was cool.
I wish. Okay, here's the thing. The good thing you brought that up. So my only downside, my only critique point was that I really, really wish they would have go more in depth on the Fire and Ash people.
They might, because
on their history and like why do they believe in fire? Why do they not believe?
Well, she did a little bit, but it seems more like they broke off from a faction of wherever tribe they were, and they became these radicals because of the backstory she explained. So yeah, I agree. And we may also see them return in the future. We never know.
Yeah.
Because we have started to see not just the return of the Water Clan that they Jake and his family kind of settle with, but we see other tribes come too, so maybe
and even more so, like I know I have a lot of few critics said of pacing issues. I didn't see that in this problem. I would say, man, maybe towards the end, but even more so, it's kind of ending chapter here, and it kind of has to narrate. It has to really feel structured into like an end point, if you will, before announcing the next 2 movies. So it's just or before really editing and when it comes down to it. So, but yeah, no, it's just, of course, everyone always complains about the runtime, the long runtime, but at the same time, this movie is such a family film, and it really speaks highly of to where
I wouldn't say family film.
It gets. I think it is. I think I would say it's a family movie. But anyways, I would say that movies like this is the reason why I started a YouTube channel. Movies like this is cinema. It's pure cinema. It gets people into the seats. And that's the thing too, is that I want people to go back to the theaters, go to the theaters, screw Netflix, go to the movies, go to the theaters, and go experience it in the biggest screen possible at a theater near you guys. Because this movie deserves to be seen on the biggest screen possible, because it's such a fantastic film, and visually it's stunning. Zoe Saldana's stunning. We get to see all the other characters; they're stunning as well.
Oh, and I want to inject. I googled it right now. Avatar 4 is going to come out December 21st, 2029. And Avatar 5 is going to come out December 19th, 2031.
31. Okay, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
That's a long way from now.
Yeah, it's a long way since the first one. I think the first one came out, what, 2011? No, 2009. 2009 is when the first one came out. Holy crap, that's crazy.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
That would be 5 films filmed over 22 years.
Yeah, dude. I think I saw a post too the other day. I was like, what did I say? Oh, I saw it was It, because the only It series, they just ended, and they said the 2017 it's gonna be 6-7 years. So I can't believe it's that, like, I just can't believe it's that long since the very first It, the remake of the very first It, chapter 1. That's crazy.
And then even then, from the remake to like the original, that was a huge gap too.
It was a huge gap.
That's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait for the.
It was really cool to see Sam Washington really play this character again, and
sure.
Of course he killed it as Jake, as always. His facial expressions, being the father, being troubled, and bringing these emotional, because it's like, I'm human. I'm the, what do they call them? The yellow people. What do they call them?
The pink
people. There you go.
Or the pink hands, something like that.
Hands, yeah.
Referring to humans, because we have flesh tone.
Yeah.
I also gotta say, Kate Winslet as Ronald, she's great. I mean,
oh man,
we see more of her and Zoe.
I mean, I didn't even know it was her, and then I was just like, oh crap,
yeah,
that was really it was really good to see. She played
Ronald.
Yeah.
Ronald, I think that's the wife of the Water Chief tribe.
Yes. Yeah.
She was great. She's so.
I completely forgot she was in this movie. And of course, why wouldn't she be, right? It's James Cameron's film, so she's in Titanic. Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver is Kiri again.
I mean, in the Oni Chaplin, of course, killed it as the villain here. And like I said, she played Talza Stark in the Game of Thrones series. Yeah.
I didn't know. And then I think pronouncing it wrong. Britton Dalton plays Loak, the son that survives. Mm-hmm. Jack Champion is Spider. Mm-hmm. Trinity Jolie Bliss is Took, which is the young girl.
Okay.
Or Took. All the kids. Yeah. All of them did phenomenal. Yeah. Great. Wonderful.
They're just a little annoying. I could do without the kids.
I could not, because they're integral, and they're kids. I know you find them annoying because they don't listen. Kids don't listen. Kids don't listen. You know what? There are certain moments when they don't listen, certain things happen. Mm-hmm. So, and that are integral to part of the story. So, kids will be kids. But again, I think the cast was just so spot on. We see the return of favorites again. Don't want to spoil it, but of course, like the last movies, there's unfortunately some characters that die in this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Sad. Creatures that died. I cried when that happened.
But James Cameron killed it. Yeah.
Again, James Cameron brought cinema magic to the screen. Can't wait for the next two. 2031.
I cannot wait. We gotta wait a little bit longer, guys.
2029, 2031. Wow.
Gotta wait a little bit longer. All right, but yeah, like I said, guys, rating 1 out of 10. 10 be the highest, Angela. When do you give this rating?
I'll give it like a 9 because I really liked the story. Mm-hmm. Filmed beautifully. I would definitely watch it again. Encourage anyone to watch it, especially on the screen. The biggest screen format you can do it. I think it was spectacular. For a third movie in this franchise, it was spectacularly done. I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get right with you. I'm gonna go 9.1.
A little bit more.
Just because Pandora doesn't. It never felt so alive. Pandora, more so in this movie. We get to see more of Pandora really react to the pink people, and get to see them really react to the humans the greed, messing with the circle of life, if you will. Or
they're basically destroying the environment. Yeah, corporate greed. Yeah,
and that's the thing too, is that it makes sense because that's what Jake's was like. Hey, we don't want it to be like Earth, and it makes sense, and it's just so revealing, and you just really get to see that, and you really get to see the striking between the humans and the avatars more so, and we get to see a little bit light into like maybe they are not all bad humans, right? Maybe not all humans are bad or not.
I thought it was interesting how the media
that was interesting. Yeah,
like portrayed Jake as a quote unquote traitor to humans. Yeah. So it was very interesting to see the side of that. Very briefly touched. when, you know, certain movie events unfold, but you see how he's seen by quote unquote the human race and how it's so different for the Na'vi people. Like, it's really interesting. I thought that was, again, it doesn't talk into much about that, but it's just something you notice.
Yeah, no, it's definitely stunning, and you get to see the action sequences are intense, the stakes are real, and you really get to see you really get to see what's going on in the film and everything. And without spoiling it for you guys, I'm trying so hard not to spoil it for you. I really love this movie. It's just pure cinema magic right here, and I can't wait because it's gonna get nominated at the Oscars. No doubt.
I hope so.
I don't know if it'll get nominated for Best Picture, but it definitely will get nominated for visuals. Definitely.
I hope so. At least it gets a contender. Now, do I think it actually will win? I don't think so. I think there are other stronger films, or at least films that I would consider more. But I hope it does get nominated, at least maybe for Best Picture. But I do agree. I think the default would definitely be like the visuals, the effects.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it's an experience. It's an experience of a film, and you really get to see that more so. And you really get to see. This is like I said. This is just a movie. It's an experience film. But yeah, 9.1. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for making us part of your day. Let us know in the comments down below. What do y'all think of Avatar: Fire and Ash? As always, I'm your host Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that Kelly Ange.
This is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. See you at the movies. Latest.